I'm Chad Emerson, and this is the official Huntsville City FC podcast.
This is Clark Dunn of Beyond Rockets, and we are honored to be the official producers for the HCFC podcast. You can find out more information about our work by visiting our website, beyondrockets.com today.
Hi, everyone. Chad Emerson. Welcome back to the HCFC Behind the Scenes podcast. We have a couple of team members here. Welcome Brigham Parker, Jed Very. Brigham plays goaltender for us, and Jed's a striker. So how did you get into professional soccer, Jed?
I walked up into the park one day and I thought, hey, I'm going to play. And the rest was history.
Good. And Brigham, what do you really do for Huntsville City Football Club?
I actually played goalie in high school.
That's why I gave you that title.
Yeah. Horrible hangnail injury just kept me from going pro. No, I'm the corporate partnership manager for the club. So.
Okay. And Jed, what's your role?
I'm the partnership activation coordinator for Huntsville City.
Okay, so those are really cool sounding titles, but tell us, Brigham, and then we'll go to Jed, what is a corporate partnership when it comes to a soccer club and a stadium?
So the corporate partnership is how the club and the community are working together to have this awesome thing in your city. So having a soccer club is fantastic. But there's a lot of moving pieces and there's a lot that goes into being able to make it run. And so one of the biggest ways that we're able to do that, aside from selling tickets or concessions, is we work with communities in the community to help foster this growth between our two clubs. So like we have the club and we have the business. So we want the business supporting us and us finding ways to have our fans go and support those businesses all at the same time.
Yeah, you don't want to turn this, this is a behind the scenes, so not too much of a commercial, but
yeah,
what are, as you're approaching companies in Huntsville, corporate partners, what are the things about Huntsville City Football Club that you think, or have you found appeal to? Like we have TOC, HH, Renaissance Bank all behind us and behind y'all. What are some of the things from small companies to large companies that you think make HCFC a good partner with these companies?
I think it, for being somebody who's been in sales, it's not a difficult conversation to start. But what's so inviting about working with HCFC is we have a lot of freedoms and liberties to work with businesses, both small and large, to help foster a good working relationship between the two of us. So, if you're a smaller business looking to get your name out there, we have opportunities to work with you and provide you with ways to get your business out there, to get more customers in your door. But then if you're a larger business, it's a great opportunity to show the community you're involved. It's a great opportunity to have some good back and forth between our club and your business. So really, no matter the size, we're happy and willing to work with anybody.
Yeah. Jed, so you're in the partnership world. Before we get into that, just share with us, what's the worst crime you've ever committed?
That can be found on my record. You just hit me up on Google, Jed.
Oh, no. I was just trying to see if I can, because I'm just waiting to hear at some point you're just going to stop uncontrollably laughing, because that usually happens if you're in the office upstairs and you hear someone laughing. It's 99.9% of the time.
Unfortunately.
It's very.
So it's because of this guy. He's the guy that causes it. It's a
wild and crazy guy.
We got a good bond going on.
Yeah. All joking aside, though, what is a corporate partnership manager? How does that fit into the club ecosystem?
Gotcha. So, for the manager itself, that'd be more so Brigham. And so basically he leads the sales and everything. And so he'll go out, he'll connect with all these companies that are around the local areas. Bigger companies, for instance, we have Circle K who are based out in the Panhandle, Florida. But basically he makes that first initial connection. He understands the goals that they have. And it's through those goals that they develop the assets that they'd like within their contract. And then that gets passed down on to me and I fulfill all those assets. I give them.
When you say fulfill assets,
right.
That's a term that we use a lot in the industry, but what does it mean to fulfill assets?
Right. So essentially, I can give some examples out. So we have these things called activations. And so that allows companies to come out to our matches and set up a 10 by 10 area where they can set up a tent, set up a booth, where they can interact with all of our the audience. And so that would essentially be an asset. And we give them a number of assets that they could utilize. So a number of activations. So for instance, I think Circle K has about 14. So it's throughout the season that we try to get them to come and fulfill the asset by utilizing all 14 of those activations.
So again, that's kind of soccer speak. What's an activation? Give us an example.
Right. So like bringing out a table. Anytime you go to a fair, anytime you go to an event and you see all these booths that are up, a table set up, a way for companies to talk to customers and kind of get them to sign up for any deals that are coming up, or to sign up with a company, or just give out like fun little toys. And so I keep going back to Circle K now because I feel like they do it the best, but they have like little squishy toys. They have little pins. That way they attract people to come into their booth. And then that allows them the opportunity to kind of discuss what's going on with Circle K, the deals that they have, why people should go there or sign up with their membership program.
So I guess what I'm hearing, I mean, I know this, but for our audience sake, is when you see these logos and names, it's not just an advertising deal. It's usually an opportunity to engage with the company. Is that fair to say?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We want people to know who are working with us because they've obviously invested in us and our dream of what we're trying to do. And so in return, that kickback is fantastic. And so, there's the Circle K example, but we also have businesses that have been in business in Huntsville for years. And, Huntsvillians supporting Huntsvillians is a wonderful way for them to get their name out and to get more support from the community.
If Brigham Parker was sponsored by any brand in the world, who would be your sponsor?
That is a really great question. I think if I had to be sponsored by somebody, it'd have to be like a big cookie company. We have Cookie Fix in Huntsville. If they're listening, I'm open for deals. But
Give a few more. Give some Prestos.
Yeah, right.
What was the one that used to be in the mall all the time?
Great American Cookie. I'm very familiar. Yes. Yeah. My phone number is available. Hit me up anytime.
CV sponsor Brigham Parker, presented by Great Cookie Company.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm
Jet?
a big cookie guy.
Oh, Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's.
Sound. Give me Buc-ee's. That was, I think, the first, when I first interviewed for Huntsville City Football Club, that was something I had answered with, was that I was interested in Buc-ee's. And so that says a lot.
It's funny you say Buc-ee's, and just an example. People stop at Buc-ee's not because they need gas, they fill up with gas, but because the level of guest experience is so high.
Mm-hmm.
Cleanest restrooms, interesting food. They're yelling chopped, meat, fresh now. I mean, that's we're going to get on fresh biscuit on the board. Yeah, that's right. I was trying to think what it's called. So you obviously are the blood vent. Yeah. So tell us about guest experience and how important that is, because, in addition to partnering with them, their people and their customers are engaging with us.
Yeah. And I think there's so many great examples of other sports teams or businesses that are nailing the guest experience, realm. And so I think it's always great for us to look at that and tailor it to us and what we're capable of doing. We have a 360-degree concourse. We have a huge pad for kids to be able to do activities on. We have a wonderful Keel Point Club hospitality space for you to host a more upscale, chic event. And so I think when it comes to that, it's recognizing who's coming to see us, what are they coming for? Because as much as we're a soccer club, we have something here that's for everybody. We have awesome food. There's tons of great beverages. We have theme nights and activations that are drawing in crowds and fans that maybe aren't necessarily coming for soccer, but it's a great space for your kids to run around and play. Or it's a great place to meet up and hang out with your friends and talk and just kind of catch up. And so I think it's recognizing what we're offering people and our approach to that. We want everybody that comes in to have a wonderful time and realize this is such a fun place to be outside and on a weekend with my family or with my friends or with my dog. We had a fun dog night this year and I thought it was a huge hit, or we had the fun run. So I think trying to find those ways to connect is really helping us to elevate that guest experience.
You know, Jed, a lot of times we talk about more than a match. That's not to minimize the soccer. That's great. But when you hear more than a match at an HCFC match, what does that mean to you?
Well, to me, being a part of that, I feel like my role does offer a lot into making something more than a match. And so to speak on that, I come from a background working in Disney where experience is top tier. They have something called giving the Disney experience. And so that's kind of understanding that everyone that's showing up, this could be their first time. And so you want to make that moment magical. Or they have instances where it's noticeable that someone's having a bad day. And so you make a magical moment happen. So giving them like a free churro or something like that. And so that's something that I've transferred over into the club. And that's for guests coming in through the gates. That's for partners that sign up. I try to elevate the experience to understand what they want, to understand how they feel. And I just want to make sure that they're heard. And so when I see people coming in through the gate, I try to interact with them as best as possible. I say hello. I'll wear fun get-ups just so they can have something to laugh about. And on top of that, I am DJ offside on the side. So if you catch me at games, say hello. I try to make that experience something more memorable and for fans to laugh at.
Okay, let's dig into that because it's what you just did was a little bit weird. I'm sure if you can explain what you just looked in the camera and said, though, DJ offside on the side, whatever. What you're saying is you're the voice of HCFC's halftime.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us, DJ, you know, what is your goal during halftime? Because unlike, you know, minor league baseball where there's a lot of innings and in between innings, or even hockey where there's two in between the periods, there's basically one dead time the entire game.
Right.
And that's in between the first and second half. You know, what are some of your goals as the DJ during halftime to make the guest experience even better?
Yeah, definitely. And it's an interesting one because initially starting out, the nerves were there. I feel like I couldn't have been as fun as I'd like to be. But the more that I've done it, I'm starting to become more loose, starting to become more a little bit interactive. But the main goal is to keep guests in their seats. Halftime isn't essentially a break for the guests, but more so in addition to the excitement that we have. And so speaking on to what you said, it's more than a match. And so that's what I'm trying to bring during that break per se, to elevate that experience. And then throughout past the advertisements, bring them back in, let them know that the game's gonna start, but enjoy this in the meantime.
So Brigham, two questions. If you were the DJ, what would be your DJ name?
Ooh, I think I'd go for like DJ Briggy, almost like Biggie, like the very famous singer, in the 90s, but you know, kind of put my own little twist on
Just
it.
without the R.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you do better than Jed does at halftime right now?
Oh gosh, I don't know if I could top Jed.
Good, isn't he?
Maybe just a little bit more physical comedy,
Yep.
but you know, Jed does such a great job of walking that line of being entertaining but not being distracting. You know, for some people, this is such a fun moment for their kids to go out or for them to go out and compete in the awesome halftime games that they're doing. And so it's not necessarily taking away from the moment, but it is drawing attention to them, which is exactly what we want. Those people are going down and, you know, it's their time to shine and get to go out on a professional soccer field. So I think Jed does a great job of that.
What's your favorite halftime game we play at HCFC?
Oh, that's a good question. They've all been really fun. I mean, the first one is what kind of stuck with me. I got to have Marshall out there blocking PKs for kids.
Let people know who Marshall is.
Marshall, the Cosmic Space Ghost. I don't know why I keep looking into the camera, but it's still there. My initial, like, bam. But yeah.
This is not getting cut, so decide where you want to take it.
But yeah, I would say that's my favorite halftime game.
With Marshall?
Yeah, with Marshall.
Okay. What about you, Brigham? You have kiddos. Do they have a favorite part of an HCFC match?
My kiddos were actually super lucky and got to participate in the halftime event. The Easter egg challenge, they put out a bunch of eggs in the center circle, and my 7-year-old and my 3-year-old went running out, and my 7-year-old was the first one to get to the circle versus the other two kids. But my 3-year-old was very slow, and he did get one egg, and he was very excited. some people were like, "Oh, give him some more eggs," but he had 3 other Easter egg hunts that weekend, so he was plenty fine. Very excited.
You know, as the managing director, I'm going to put down a new rule. We need to give the 3-year-olds a head start. I mean, they have much shorter legs, right? We've done that a couple times, and the little kids, you know, the 7-year-olds are just sprinting their full.
He was trying his hardest, but you know, he still had a wonderful time, and he was happy to just be a part of it. So
All right.
It was good.
As we get to wrap things up here, just a couple more questions. What's your favorite thing to eat at Wicks Family Field during the match? You have a dish that you're like, that's special.
Yeah, the dessert nachos. That was a fun new addition this year. It's great because as a bigger family, it's such a great dessert that we can all just kind of dive in and eat together. And I don't feel like I have to just eat it all myself. So great shareable dessert. It's awesome.
Okay. Jed, what about you?
That's a great question. It's definitely got to be the classic hot dog. You can't beat it. You don't have to do too much with it, and you can choose what condiments you like. So you can always go good with glizzy.
And there are rumors that the T-shirt cannon that Marshall uses before the game at halftime can also shoot hot dogs.
I will confirm that those rumors are true.
Okay.
I only say that because I saw a video and I sent it immediately over to our people that handle that side of things. And I said, we need to make this happen. So I really hope that catches on and is in the works.
Well, as our viewers, the people listening, hopefully they got a sense as we like to have fun, right? I mean, it's about, we want to respect your entertainment dollar, provide you a quality experience, but also have fun and laugh a little here at HCFC. So as we wrap things up, we have Jed Very with Corporate Partnerships and Brigham Park with Corporate Partnerships. We're going to finish up with a segment we call our top 3. You answer your favorite answer to these. If you were going to have a fish sandwich, what fish would you put on the sandwich? What would be the top fish?
Oh, top 3?
No, this is the top one.
Just
One
top
fish. You can't put 3 fish on a sandwich.
Goldfish. Like the cheese cracker goldfish.
You had a goldfish sandwich?
Yeah.
That's not what I was expecting. That sounds interesting.
Expect the unexpected, Chad.
Maybe a little peanut butter on the goldfish? Cram it all together?
I don't think that would be too bad, Agus.
That's pretty tasty.
Yeah.
Jed, I was thinking more of a fish of the sea, but
and I'll give you that, the fish of the sea. I'm gonna go with a nice tuna. I'm a big fan of Wicked. I think it's called Wicked Fisher. But tuna is the steak of the sea. I've always said this. It's the best. You can't eat it with the marbling and the fat. Oh,
good.
Take me away and go to space.
Nice. If you were to, leave Huntsville and decide you're going to live on a beach, which beach would you live on?
Sarasota. I got to go there once for a work trip. It was like walking on flour. It was so good.
Yeah, walking on flour.
Yeah, the sand was just so soft.
Okay. What beach would you live on?
I'll just be. You got what you want?
What? I knew I would. It was just going to take a few minutes. Don't cut any of this.
The beach that I would go back to is back at home, Laguna Beach. The beautiful most.
All right, last question. Who's the top soccer player in the world?
Messi, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Messi. It's what.
All right, everyone. Anyways, that's our 4th episode of the HCFC Behind the Scenes podcast. Obviously, we like to have fun here. We hope that you come to a match and join us and see DJ and enjoy the great food, the chocolate nachos, and hope to see you soon at an HCFC match. Thanks for being our guests.